Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is Talking Shit with Eagle. Fucking Talking Shit with Eagle. How do I fuck up my own title? Holy shit, episode 213. Holy cow. Hopefully, you guys had a pretty awesome Wednesday. Got a special guest with you. You guys should recognize this gentleman from chat, Ali Noble. Got
Hey
myself talking
guys.
in my ear. How you doing tonight? You want to tell everybody where they can find you and how you're doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing great. You can find me at Noble Wellness on Instagram, and yeah, I'm from California.
Nice. Complete honor for you to join me tonight. Super stoked to finally get to meet you in person.
Absolutely.
Well, as close as we can get in these times, I guess.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
Nice. Got a bunch of people rolling in Jack, right? Jack Greenstock, Prometheus, all the normals. Genetic Farms, Hans Warrior, Chris Burns.
Hey everybody in the chat.
Nice to see some of the regulars tonight.
Oh yeah.
So what you smoking on over there?
I'm actually smoking on some Alaskan Purple. It's a really good strain. It's got me feeling absolutely great today. Took an edible as well earlier, and yeah.
Nice. That's something that you grew out yourself?
A buddy of mine grew it, and I helped harvest it. So hung up everything. It was such a big plant that they couldn't harvest the whole thing, so they brought me a huge chunk of it to harvest. And I had the pleasure of helping them do that.
Nice. It's always nice to get something new, for sure. Not a bad way to get it either.
No. Oh man, I'm telling you, they came over to my house. He said, "Hey, we're harvesting. You ready for this?" And I didn't think of anything of it. He pulled up. I could smell it as he's pulling up in his car, and he opens the car, and the neighborhood's just loud everywhere. It's just loud everywhere, and mind you, he didn't even have it in a bag, so he just opens up his trunk and brings it in the house, and it's just this big gaping tree. We had to go to Home Depot the same day just to get some stuff to hang it up.
Nice. I like the approach. Why hide it, I guess?
I mean, it's legal, and I have I got my medical growers, so I can grow up to 99 plants. So I just try to benefit and make good use of it. Yeah. What about you? What are you smoking on tonight?
I am smoking on some of this garlic punch. Garlic punch. I always mess it up for some reason. I mess up these poor Med Grower 1 strains about as bad as I mess up most people's names. I mix them up, the smash cake and the garlic punch. I keep calling, I keep flip-flopping and mixing them all up. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. There's just so many names. It's like
pretty good.
It's hard.
Oh, for sure.
There's is that like
in this garden too? Same.
Is that a cross between GMO and something?
Yeah, that's Med Grower One's GMO times his Primal Punch V2.
Really cool.
And then I have the wedding cake times the Primal Punch as well. Remember the two I keep mixing up because I have them both. So I keep
Wow.
mixing up the names somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both of them are good.
Is it they're hybrid, I suppose.
Yeah, it's weird because it was like a 50-50 pheno, I guess. I got two that leaned outward towards the new side, the cake and the GMO, and then I got two that were like a hint of each into the primal. So
Wow.
I'm on the fence on which ones I really like too. And on the smash cake side, it's been a while, been a minute since I've had some like decent fuel, and that has some decent fuel to it. So I kind of like that. But then the other one has like it's fruity with a little bit of fuel, which is kind of
Nice.
appealing too. I don't know. They're both good.
Yeah. I really, really like GMO. I only just got introduced to it a couple months ago, but that's one of those things where I really enjoy pressing because every time I press it, it's giving me really high yields.
Is that your preferred method of ingestion? Is like dabs and rosin?
No, 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 no. That's my girlfriend Veronica's preferred method, but my preferred, I like smoking J's and blunts. Really, I'm a flower kind of guy. I enjoy everything about rolling the blunt, you know, manicuring it, making it look good. It's kind of an infatuation kind of a thing. And then I smoke a lot of blunts because you get a little bit of nicotine in there or whatever, just to get my fix there.
Uh, Everybody's got their own method. I mean, I talked to Mila Jensen there, and the Hash Queen, and she says she's every day smoking her hash cigarettes, as she calls them, and that's
Yeah,
basically what it is. She puts hash in with her tobacco and rolls one up. I always
yeah.
ask people, you've got to have access to cannabis. How come you're not laying that worm in a a bed of weed? What's up with the tobacco? Because her
It's true.
doctor's always telling her to give up the tobacco, but I don't know.
Yeah.
She says that's just my way. I'm like, all right, as long as you're doing it, that's all that matters, really.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But my girlfriend's really into the dabs. That's her preferred method, and that's kind of what made me decide to go ahead and get it. I wanted to be able to grow my different tester strains that I get or different strains that I get, and be able to just press them out and be like, "Hey, babe, here you go."
Do you have some strains that you guys prefer that press better than others?
GMO press really good. Wedding cake press is really good. This Alaskan purple press is really really good. Um, yeah, those are my top four strains that I really like right now.
So I guess might as well just get going right from the beginning. When was that first time that you started smoking? When did Lady Cannabis come rolling into your life?
Oh man, let me tell you, Eagle. So growing up, my mom worked a lot. Um, as a single mom, I'm always wondering about. So I'm really young. So I'm hanging out. I'm 11-year-old kid hanging out with like 16-year-old kids all the time. I'm actually like 5'9" at the time because I grew real fast. I had a fast growth spurt, so I was hanging out with those kids. And I remember one day I was walking, some hanging out with some kids, and they pulled out one of those tinfoil pipes or whatever, packed it full of some. There was some Reggie at the time or whatever, and I smoked, and I don't even know if I inhaled. But long story short, I didn't even get stoned the first time I smoked. But then one of my buddies of mine got a little nug, and I blazed, and that was the time I really, it unlocked the endless memories that I would have with her, for sure.
I often wonder, a lot of people say they don't, get high that first time. I can't help but wonder if like there's some kind of, we've referred to like doors in the mind a lot, and I can't help but wonder if that's just the thing with cannabis. There's just a slight barrier, almost like a one-time barrier, almost that
Yeah.
that needs to be broken through, and then from there on you're able to utilize once you kicked open that door. I just wonder if some people's doors a little bit more stuck than others on that first time. That's why it opens easier for some than others.
Right. Maybe there's a bigger shield there saying, I don't know, man.
Yeah. So how was it? I mean, so where did transpire from there, man?
Well, we smoked. We smoked out of a pipe that my friend got from his brother, and we went over to this little path over in the woods, and we took a puff, and we laid down in the grass, and we stared into the sky for about 4.5 hours, and it was like a cartoon world of. It was amazing. It was great. I knew that I had a problem right there. And then we kind of fell asleep, and I woke up, and I was like, man, okay, you know. And everybody's saying it's such a bad thing or whatever, but right then and there, I knew something was up.
I never seen it as a bad thing. I never seen it as a bad thing. I knew it was something that it's just struck a chord with me early on.
For sure. Yeah. And after that, I mean, I really never stopped. I kind of always was around it. My family was always around it, and you know, it just it became a part of my everyday life, really. And uh, this is where I'm at today.
Do you remember what some of them strains were that you first started on?
Oh yeah, it was like stuff called like KB, Kind Bud. That was we were smoking a lot of Kind Bud and Northern Lights. That was the kind of stuff that we smoked. And then in high school, it was all Sour Diesel and Purple. You know, it was. But I love Sour Diesel in school, and honestly, I don't know if people knew what the strains they were smoking. Everything was a diesel if it had a gassy smell.
Right on, right on. So you're obviously a fan of the gas yourself, eh? Still to this day?
Oh yeah. I just like funky stuff, man. Stuff that's like you smell it and it's like a skunk. I remember walking around and somebody has it on them because it has that real skunky, gassy smell. So I don't know. For me, in my chemistry, when I smoke that, as opposed to the fruitier stuff, it wakes me up. It makes me more energetic, more active. It just fits my chemistry a little bit better.
Same, same. It's one of them double-edged swords for me, though. I can't. It's like if I overindulge, it can slow me down. But if I, just that one or just to a point, like a cup of coffee. But like
Yeah.
if I'm like too greedy, well, I got that extra half hour, and maybe dump into another one. From then on, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
You overdid it.
Yeah. I totally. That's how it is, and I know how that morning Jay. Like I like to get up. I get up 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my plant schedule right now, so I turn them off at 12. Everything right now is on 12 and 6. I mean 18 and 6, and so I turn them off at 12, and I get up at 6, and I'm on their schedule. So I get up and I hit that first J, and it's like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. But if I hit anything else after that, man, I might have to take a nap at about 10 o'clock, and I might not get back up till 2. So it's something I might not want to do.
Me myself, I like to smoke that first one actually right around in here, looking around the room, trying to like assess what I have to do.
Yeah.
Drinking in that coffee, kind of just eyeballing everything.
Yeah.
Not too bad of a start.
Yeah, and it seems like you're kind of a night owl, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. It's kind of a weird thing that I actually started getting pulled towards like the nighttime. I've always was like a sun person. Uh, I still love the sun, being out in the sun. But at some point, man, it seemed like things transferred a little bit to where I liked being up during the later hours, more comfortable running around at night a little bit than I was during the day. A little more quiet, a little bit more laid back around. I don't know. And then I actually met my real dad, uh, which I didn't meet until 28. And then, kind of as I got talking with him, he was he described as like he was a tile guy, and he always told me if he could when he took on jobs, anytime he could swing it, he preferred to work like third shift on the job when nobody was there. So he had the run of the place and didn't have to compete with contractors. And I thought to myself, I wonder if that's where I get that shit from. If it's just like, pre-programmed and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I'm very comfortable at night.
Absolutely. It goes both
I didn't mean
ways.
to cut you off.
No. It goes both ways. That's the problem. Sometimes I don't. I have to kind of say, "Hey, man, you got to get some sleep, or it's not going to happen." Because I can stay busy in this garden, all day, trying to come up with something.
Yeah, I've actually been sleeping a little bit too hard the last 2 days. Man, I got some Z's today, man. I didn't want to, but I got some.
I know how it is.
Tell you what's a lazy day.
Got to have a couple of them. We don't want them.
Feel-
I know I can spend every second, either watching my chameleon or watching my plants, trying to watch them grow, even though, can't stare at the light that long.
I don't know if it's just me or the times or whatever. It just seems like everything is moving at a crazy fast pace these days, and it's just super hard to keep up, man. It's that need for sleep or want to sleep is almost just getting smaller and smaller. It's you know I don't
Yeah.
know. It's crazy. At least on my schedule, anyway.
Yeah. I feel like the crisis is definitely, yeah, everything's going real fast. So it's easier for me to kind of stay put about and being here than to be worried about stuff out there right now.
I mean, even in these times, these crazy times of COVID, I mean, not even being able to get out and do as much as we're not used to doing there, time is still going super fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not even doing as much, it's still going by in a blink of an eye. It's like, holy
Yeah.
cow, man.
I feel like 12
I don't know.
o'clock comes really fast. Really fast. that's what drove me into
So when
my
did you
growing.
take it on actually growing the plant?
Okay, so uh, I had a lot of failed attempts in high school. I tried to grow. I didn't even understand the light schedule, and 2016 I tried to grow, but I had kind of so basically before I moved to California, I had kind of a dispensary, kind of underground little thing going on in my room, and that's kind of where I tried to grow, but that got shut down, and then I ended up moving to California, and really in May I got serious about growing, like super serious about growing. But I always
What
had
were
like,
them first few? Sorry, man, the lag on my end's pretty bad.
oh no, it's fine. Um, my first few attempts were fails. I never was able to bring the plant to flower because either I didn't have a time or the situation just wasn't proper.
So, do you remember what the first attempts were with?
Yeah, my first attempts were power. Oh no, my first attempts were sour diesel and Bubba Kush. And
A couple good ones to start with.
honestly, I didn't understand that you had to flip the switch on them. So I just let them sit in the window and veg, and they grew, and I didn't understand what was going on at that time.
So, when did you decide to pick it up? And did you ever have you grown outdoors? Do you grow outdoors? I guess that's a good question there. You an indoor or outdoor grower, or
Uh,
both?
I do both, but we've only grown one plant outdoors, me and my buddies. So, and that was that Alaskan purple that I've been talking about. But other than that, I'm growing indoors. This is I have my setup actually in my bedroom.
That's not a bad thing there. Unless, like you said, it's you're trying to sleep around that schedule, I guess.
uh, you know, it, when COVID happened, I lost my job, and that's what drove me to growing. So in May, I had nothing to do. I was bored. I was on I had um, workers pay or whatever, but I had nothing to do, and it was driving me crazy just hanging out all the time. And at that time, I was even living in a warehouse. So I was like, what am I gonna do with myself? And I was on YouTube looking at grows all the time, and I'm like, man, I think I can do this. This is not, I love gardening as a kid. I really wanted to pick it up. So I went on Facebook Market and I just found the first tent that I could find. And I set it up in my warehouse. It was it's actually sitting right here. It's a 2x4. And I had got some autos from somebody off of the market as well. And they were, what were they? Tangerine Dream. And, you know, that's really where I really started picking it up and learning how to do it.
How were you luck with them autos?
I did well with those autos actually, and I grow autos and photos now because I enjoy the fast pace of the auto, but I also enjoy the I don't know if you call it intimacy you get with photos. It's more like being able to control them or whatever. But I like running both of them.
Do you have a favorite auto breeder?
Right now, I'm sponsored by Fast Buds and Chef Anna White Label. So I like those two right now, but I don't have a favorite yet because I haven't really expanded to more autos other than these two sponsors that I have.
Right on, right on. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. So do you? I guess I can put it another way. Do you have favorites that you've ran of theirs so far? Both in
Uh,
both camps.
I like the Sparkling Rose by Chef Anna White Label, and I also like the Blackberry by Fast Buds. I really, really like those two strains. The Sparkling Rose has a really gassy, but kind of a champagne smell to it. And then the Blackberry is just like kind of a gassy blueberry smell.
I'm gonna have to give in and try one of these days. Again.
I mean, honestly, I like autos because they're fun to grow. They're easy to grow. They're fun to grow. I mean, a lot of people say that they're not easy to grow, but I feel like they're kind of easy to grow. They might not always be big, but you can do cool stuff with it. Like I like doing weird training to it, kind of a bonsai style to some of my stuff, and everything that I grow is more of an art piece to me, as opposed to just growing a plant.
So again, I have to argue why. I mean, more you manipulate the autos, isn't that the quicker the trigger? I mean, how much can you really, you know, play with an auto? And this is my ignorance on autos. Just asking. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that basically once they go into shock, they go into flower. So after that point, how much training can you do?
Um, it really depends on the auto. I've seen really big autos get trained, get topped and twisted and turned and all kinds of stuff. I think it really depends on how much of the photo that auto has in it. If it's an auto that's more auto than photo, then it's probably going to flip from the stress faster than something that has those photos. And that's where you're getting those really big photos. You're getting them from the ones that are mixed. The genes are more photo than auto.
Right, right. Well said. Well said. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I've treated them unfair, maybe, and haven't went out of the way to like actually purchase purchase. I think the first one I ran was the first auto. I think it was the Eldorado, and it just was like it wasn't even And then the last one, I'm not even gonna mention the name because they are. It is what it is. But I got some and I popped them, and I guess I was like already out of the game on them. I pretty much put them in the bucket, kicked them in the corner, barely gave them any light. Was like, there you go, autos. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
There you go. Do your thing. But then I actually found out that they were like still uh, regular seeds. I was like, that again, my negativity or my just not knowing it. Let's go there. Right, save my tongue twister there. Me just not
nah.
knowing that there could be regular autos. I figured that they were pretty much all femmes and shit. So I was like, now I gotta sex these damn things. So at that point,
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I even, So yeah, and I ended up at that point, I ended up having 2 out of 5 that were females, and then both of them, again, maybe just because I kicked them to the corner. It didn't do well. The one I ended up just snipping out later on. I never even tasted the flower off them. I ended up just going, "No, you're a waste. This is a waste of light," because I had them kicked to the corner.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just probably didn't give them a fair shot, or maybe they're just bad genetics. I don't know. But
That's
either
what I
way,
feel
I
like.
didn't go back. I didn't look back.
Everybody's breeding autos now. That's kind of probably the problem with the autos too. You got a lot of people that are breeding them and a lot of people that aren't breeding them right. And I feel like that's where you get the shorter autos from too. If you're gonna breed an auto, you're gonna probably want to breed it more with a photo so that it grows big. You want a bigger auto. You don't want these, you don't want to keep breeding these autos over and over and over again. They're gonna be like runts afterwards. That's just in my opinion what I think what's gonna happen.
Could be, could be. Then I guess my other problem I have with the autos is uh, I can't clone it, or I haven't. I've heard that you can't clone it. My opinion on that's a little different too. I've heard you can't clone it, but that's for the same amount of money for that, I can buy a good fem or regular seed and carry that strain forever if I
Yeah,
if I'm careful. So I guess that's the difference for me too. I don't know. Cheap like that. Cheap like that. I don't have to keep shelling out if I don't have to.
for sure, for sure. And that's kind of why I run both photos and autos because it's the best of both worlds.
Right on, right on.
I think my
So
my my
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
no
please.
problem. I think my boredom. I go bored. I'd be too bored if I didn't run both of them because I need something to do. I need something that's going to flower a little bit sooner. Something that I can train faster. Something that's going to grow a little faster, so I can pay attention to it more. And that's basically what it is. I need any excuse to get in the garden. So the more the plant's progressing, the more time I get to spend with it. Oh, you're muted.
Man, that quarter jar would be like swimming by now. If they really were a thing. Speaking of, what's up, Johnny Candace? Nice to see you in chat, my friend. I've been
What's
missing.
up, Chad?
I've been missing him anyway. I've been missing him anyway. Uh, so yeah, I cut you off there a little bit about the photos there. Uh, what are some of your favorites that you got going there? What are some of the ones that you look forward to running?
Ooh, my favorite right now, I have to say, is Jelly Bean because it's growing the most beautiful in the tent. Um, some of the ones that I've loved growing is Power Plant. I grew some Cinnamons and some cookies that was really good as well. But photos in general, I have. What do I have going? I have, I think about 5 plants going, photos going. Bruce Banger, uh, Sour Diesel, Northern Lights, and something else.
So, how do you like to grow up your gals there? You put them in a scrog, just let them grow up. How do you? What's your veg method?
Um, I let them grow up, and I like to train the hell out of them. I really like training them, and then I'll put them in the scrog right after. But I'm really into training. Sometimes I don't even use the scrog because um, I want to be able to get in there and move my plants around. You know, the scrog kind of defeats the purpose of that. And I really like taking every plant. They're each one of these things are my baby. You know what I mean? So I like to take them out. I like to turn them around and to mold them into something that beautiful that they're going to be. So scrogging is not, you know, I tried it once. I probably won't do it as much again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan. I don't know if it's the tents, but I'm right there with you. I can't get in there and move them. I hate just leaning over. It might be a different story if it were in something that I could maybe walk down each side of the scrog and it was only like 4 feet. So everything was like arm's length. You know what I mean? So there was no bending over, trying to get to the back there or having to get up under there. Yeah, I'm not so keen on that either. I'm like you. I like to pull them out, spin them around, spin them. That's the main thing is spin them.
Yeah,
These things back here are on casters. I can reach back with one hand and each day spin it or as I need to work on it. And yeah, it's
that's
more
awesome
the more of my style right there.
for
You know,
sure.
once they're locked in, it's like ugh. Especially if you're
Can't
running
do
multiple
anything.
girls in that. Each the last time I mixed a couple of strains in there, two strains in one, and they kind of. So the whole time I was trying to harvest, I had to follow each branch back to the plant to make sure it was what it was. This one
Yep.
was over here. This one, oh man, the whole time I was just cursing, just this is the last time I'm doing this shit. In
Yeah.
fact, I've got a pile. I just pretty much snapped the rim up there, not into pieces, but pulled it apart. And I was looking at it today, and I thought to myself, you might as well just throw that shit out. You ain't using that again. And I may just throw that shit out, man. I hate to do that. I hate to say never, but man, that
Sometimes you got to
never's
count your
coming. The
losses.
only if I do it, it might be in this. If I make one last ill attempt, it will be in this tent because I can do front and back. There's a zipper on the front and back side of that, so I could get in, but I still wouldn't be able to get under. So I don't think it's
Absolutely.
going to happen. So do you
So,
have a preferred? Well, let's stay. Do have a preferred light and veg?
uh, yes, I have the Maxi Sun PB 2000 right now, and that light right now is it's beautiful. I haven't been able to see my plants grow like this since I got the new light, and I'm actually finally getting to see what real growth is in veg. You know, I've had the blurple lights since I started, and those don't do nothing, man. Those are beginner level at best, and honestly, they're not that great in my opinion.
Which I guess which brands were you using? I guess that's fair enough to say. You want to throw that
I
out
was
there. You don't
using
want to throw nobody under the bus like that.
no, I was using whack whack me or whack me or in Mazzini. You know, I'm still using one of the lights, but I don't. You know, honestly, I don't remember the names because soon as I got it, I threw it out. I think it might have just been a bad brand.
Definitely could have been. Definitely could have been. Just want to give a couple of quick shout outs to my daughter Lexi in the chat. What's up, Lexi Lex? And Mr. Sean. What up, Sean? But some fam there. A little bit of fam
For sure.
there.
Shout out to y'all. So
bunch of great people in chat. I hate to stop there, but you gotta stop somewhere.
Oh.
So what's up? I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No. What's going on with your lights? I'm kind of curious because I know you got the Mars Hydros and stuff. What about anything other than that?
Oh man, I've got a mess of lights over here that I run. Yeah, I've actually souped this tent up. I dropped a third light in here to kind of fill the gap and even it out. So now it's kind of unfair spread over here. There's the 2 Mars and then the Bloom Plus over here. And then back behind that, there is a HLG 550 and then a Majestic 12, which is pretty much a bar light 600. And then I've got the Active Grow Active Grow 660 Low Pro Max over there. And then there's 4K down along this wall. And then I had some, I had the Green Pro, another cheap kind of blurple light somebody sent me to kind of test out that I use for a veg area. And then I have a bank of T5s over here, which are LED versions of the T5s, which I really like. Two of them, the 8-bank LEDs are the Low Pro Mac or Active LED, Active Grow LEDs, T5 versions of the T5s, and they work really good. They're mixed spectrums of everything, from just like a sunlight spectrum to the 660 to the 34 and 5,000, 5K. There's a mix of them in each. And then I have some more T5s that are behind them in a veg, like staging area, kind of a clone veg. And then kind of, they're like 3 stages of veg. Boom, 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 boom. I call them, 1, 2, and 3. One being like a clone baby area, and then step 2 would probably be the 1 gallon into the 3 gallon, and then the 3 would be like on deck into the 10s. So them are just some of them are T5s and some of them are T5 LEDs that I just kind of snagged up from Home Depot, which were a lot cheaper than the Grow Store LED versions. I think by like halves at least. And for veg, I wouldn't flower under them, not those ones anyway. But for veg, they work okay.
Yeah. What do you flower under?
The HPS, the 4K HPS, the Active Grow 660 Low Pro Max, the Majestic 12, the HLG 660, and then these 3 over here.
Gotcha.
Is currently what I'm flowering under.
That's a huge arsenal you got there, man.
I stay a little busy.
Yeah.
So, I'm a big fan of the LEDs. If I could actually afford to swing over here and take out these HPSs, I would. Right now, I think if anything, they're more sentimental than anything. Again, I shouldn't scoff. For what it is, they're still pumping out, some good flower, and they're paid for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm replacing bulbs here and there, so I can't bitch. It's not like they're not putting out any flower, you know what I mean? So when they go down, they'll get replaced, but I'm not like, oh, they have to go. I'm not ready to just take them out, and just throw them into the yard and bust them up in the fucking trash can or nothing.
Right.
What about yourself? What do you prefer to flower under? You
Right
like
now,
LEDs or HPS,
yeah,
double
yeah,
Ls?
I like LEDs. I'm flowering under the P2000, and yeah, that's what I'm using.
Yeah, see?
I used the H PSs before, but the electricity bill was a little harsh on me. I don't own my own house. I'm in the kind of the roommate situation, so I don't want to kill anybody's bills. So LEDs are a little more bearing on my price tag.
A little bit easier to manage, to heat wise and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
gotta
That's,
appreciate that as well. They're there, man. They're there. They definitely growing some fire.
yeah. I feel like when I had my HPS, it was amazing, and then I kind of fell off because I couldn't use it anymore because it was just too harsh on the bill. And then I went back to kind of the purple stuff, and I wasn't able to experience the full growth yet. I couldn't see my plants grow like they were supposed to because I feel like the lighting was just off. And then I finally got my light adjusted, and I finally got to see, you know, what real growth is under a good light. And that's always a good thing.
So what about like medium and stuff like that? Medium and newts, what kind of stuff you using in that area?
I'm using Emerald Harvest Fox Farm for the nukes, and then I'm using like worm castings, Fox Farm, and what is it called? Veer Me Fire, I believe. You know, still still new with the nutrients. I'm kind of hard headed. I focus on the plants more so. I look at what the plants are doing in terms of the nutrients. I watch them. I'm not big on pumping them full of nutrients and stuff like that. I mean, worm castings is a must. Mycorrhizine is a must for me, but I try not to mess with them too much right now.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people, that's where they go wrong, is trying to fucking soup up their recipe and push, push, push. There's nothing wrong with reading the plan and giving it exactly what it needs. For sure.
I feel like I have a connection to every one of my plants, and they tell me exactly what they want. They're like kids almost. They know when you're, they know when I'm stressed out. I feel like they kind of read me. They know when I'm having a bad day because they don't look that great. So I'm just paying attention to them, and I give them you know nutrients and stuff based on what they tell me. You know.
What's your flower and system like? I mean, what's your process like when you flower? What do they look like before flower, and what do you do, through flower?
I try to do a little topping. I get them to about a foot and a half before I flip them, and then I do training for the first 21 days, and that's about it. And I kind of let them do what they do.
Uh, no, do leafing, just a little bit of when
Oh
necessary, the
yeah,
leafing. You know?
definitely
All right.
defoliation. Yeah, sorry about that. I definitely get in there and I defoliate them. Anything that I have to do like to uncover more top sides, I'm gonna do a little bit of that. But Other than that, I really train. I train them a lot, so they're flatter to the ground. That's why they're usually about 1.5 feet or a foot.
So when do you tend to pull? What are the flowers looking like when you take them? You like a
I'm
little bit more to the cloudy side, amber, or do you like all amber? You like to see all them hairs red?
it depends on the plant to me. Um, it really depends on the plant. I like it sometimes, and it depends on my mood. You know what I mean? Sometimes I want something that's going to be a little more on the lifting side, so I'll pull it when it's cloudy. And at other times, I'm like, I want a slight couch lock feeling going, and then I'll pull it when it's like 40-50% amber coverage.
I like my trichomes amber too. You know, right around at probably about the 50%. I actually quit looking a long time ago, to be honest with you. I've, I've, I've got it down. I don't pretty much, yeah. I know what I'm looking for. You know, I think a lot of people, I understand that the more terpy your buds are on the clear to cloudy side there. But man, you lose so much weight at there. You know what I mean? You're gathering a lot of terps, but you're losing a lot of weight.
Yeah, yeah, people. Yeah, I could definitely agree with that. A buddy of mine, uh, Rick Heyman, he's Heyman Farms on Instagram. He told me just pull it 70 days, and I've kind of gone by that and seen really good results from it.
Right on, right on. So, how do you like to harvest? Yeah, you prefer to just, don't let me spoil it.
Okay. I just two methods. I used the herb now dryer. Didn't really like that one, so I kind of just hang up the whole plant. Um, and I put it in a box. I did the good old cardboard box, and then I put it in a nice room with around 70 degrees. If I can get it there, usually it's a little bit hotter. I can't control the temperature as much with the California. We don't have AC, but it's usually around 75 degrees. Got a couple fans in there going, and I just hang the whole thing up in a cardboard box. When I cut down, when my buddies cut down the big tree of a plant, we parted that out and hung it through ropes. And we did that way.
Do you utilize your trim in any kind of ways? Well, do you press it? Do you wash it and then press your trim?
Um, I dry sift it. So I take all this, I take all the trim and I take the screen and from my bin and I make hash from it after with that. I actually use my press at 100 degrees, and I take the keef and I press it at 100 degrees, and that actually turns it into hash.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it presses the trichomes together like perfectly. Like 1,200 pounds of pressure, it just works for me, and I roll it up, and I do your old use the lighter and pack it on a bowl, and it's beautiful.
So, you could probably still use that trim after you've sifted a little bit. You could always use that for a tincture or something like that. Soak it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about using it for edibles because you know I just keep it all in the freezer until I figure out what I'm going to do with it. But a tincture sounds really good for sure. I've made butter before. I've pressed some of the trim out and then used that to make butter and stuff before as well. Excuse me. But my whole approach is I'm teaching myself every day how to do things. You know what I mean? Like, I watch and I learn. I'm very visual as I'm doing things. So I just come up with ideas on, hey, maybe this will work if I put it in my press. Maybe I'll be able to make hash out of it, because essentially it's the same method in heating it up when you use a roller to do it. You know what I mean? And I figured it out and it worked for me. So, I feel like I unlocked that. And every day I'm always trying to figure out a new method on what I can do, pressing it out. I'm trying to learn how to do bubble. And yeah.
It's definitely a fun, evolving path with the cannabis plant. That's for sure.
For sure.
For sure. I haven't started pressing yet. I haven't even hit that avenue yet.
Why haven't you? You got so much stuff, man. I would do it. I would do it because I mean that's you have a lot of patience, or you have your patience. I feel like that's another thing that you could offer.
I don't mind me laughing, but maybe that's why I'm afraid. Maybe that's why I don't have me standing at the damn press all the time. Just what I need. Yeah, could you just bring me some more of that there, Raza? Yeah, sure.
Sure, I'll be over in a couple of hours.
I think at that point, I'd be looking to get them a discount somewhere. Here's a promo code.
I get it. I enjoy it. I mean, honestly, I'm bored all the time, so I have to come up with ways that I can do it. And cannabis is what I love to do. And I'm just a beginner, but I feel like I'm on a good path, and I have a slight green thumb, and if I keep at it, I'll be okay.
I think you'll be just fine. As long as I'm a firm believer you can do anything. If you have that want to, and you're willing to put some time and some patience and you're willing to learn, you can do anything. That most people, that's can't such an ugly word. My daughter that's in chat right there, Lexi I. We have went many rounds with the can. My kids hate me when it comes to the word can. It's very true. I mean, and it is so true. We're not limited to anything. And our surroundings, our financial means, it can all be changed. With just a little bit of effort, and want. And I know everybody's situations are different, but you got to have that fire, that want it to make it change, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like cannabis changed my life from an early age to now. And this is what I do every day, Eagle. I wake up and I roll out of bed and I tend to my plants all day. And I get on here and I watch your episodes and I learn stuff from what you guys are talking about every night. And I YouTube stuff every night. And I'm on a mission to, I don't want to, I've been a chef since I was 18 years old. That's my main job. But I got tired of working for the man every day, and I kind of want to be in this is the industry that I'm in. This is what I love to do every day, and I'm really trying to take it all in and learn how to do this so that maybe this is the industry that I can pop into one day. I know it's not the easiest industry to get into, but as long as I'm doing this and reaching out to people, hopefully I'll find the right people and I'll be able to showcase my skills really and they'll be able to see what's going on.
It's very possible. Very possible. We're just the industry in a lot of places is just getting started. It isn't even wrecked throughout the 50 states, man. When that shit happens, gets crack-a-lacking, it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's going to be plenty of jobs out there in this industry. Uh, some may be better than others, but there'll be plenty of work in there. And I liked Miss Nudie Grows when she was on. Genevieve Eats Weed is how I guess I should say it. That's her YouTube. Uh, you should just be learning it, utilizing each time wherever you're at is a learning experience. And if you're not happy there, just take that to your next step and then move on. And eventually, like she did, you'll find some place where you're stoked to work. They're dishing out some great knowledge, and you're happy to be where you're going to work every day. And isn't that the dream? You know,
absolutely.
for me, it's not even about the money. It's actually just more about being happy. Go, doing what you love more than it is trying to be friggin' rich. Yeah, I have no beefs with money, by the way, but
Right.
it just it's not the end game for me. It really isn't.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, and I think the home grower is a new scene that's just exploding right now. I feel like there's a lot of people doing it, and there's a lot of information that's getting passed around now more than ever. So I'm always on the lookout to gain more knowledge and to keep doing what I'm doing.
I like Johnny Caniseed's suggestion right here in chat. Become a weed nerd chef. Weed nerd chef Ollie.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
there's
That's definitely something
there's
I'm working on.
that's
That's the hitter.
that's definitely everybody loves edibles, and that would
That's
be
true.
uncracked industry so far. Be able to go down and just have a 4-star cannabis meal. That'd be that'd be
Oh
pretty
yeah.
awesome, man.
Ah, and my brother's actually a chef as well, and I've been trying to get him down to California for a number of years since I moved down here, and he's got kids or whatever. But I'm telling you, if I can get him down here, we would definitely take over, make some gourmet food. I would love to be able to host parties where I cook cannabis infused foods for you. I know there's a few people that do it, but there's not a lot of people that are doing it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's still a scene that's untouched. And unhungry people, uh, people that smoke eat more food. So it's just going to be an endless rotation of smoking and eating, in my opinion.
Even if there was a few of them out there right now, it would be no different than the current restaurant situation. There's always going to be room for a new outstanding restaurant or idea. You know what I mean? In the
Yeah.
food industry, especially in the food cannabis industry, I think it would be too easy to, you know, fight your way into that battle. I think there's plenty of room for a lot of people in that industry for sure. But
Absolutely.
there's a lot of room all the way around.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of finding where you want to be, I guess.
I want to be everywhere. want to be. I want to be everywhere, man. But I also want to I want to be on the growing side of it. I really like growing, so I'm looking to gain as much knowledge as I can. But in terms of reading the plan, I'm good at reading the plan. I'm good at growing by reading, if you would say.
Definitely not a bad way to learn, for sure. I miss the old, that's one other thing too. I'm cool. I like the Audible books and stuff like that, but you know, I miss actually having a lot of stuff on hard copy where you can just pick it up and look at it whenever. when you don't need signal, power, blah blah blah.
Right,
But
right.
there is some
I,
convenience with the Audible.
you remember being able to meet your friends and you ride your bicycle, and that's how you know where your buddies are at because the bikes are out front. Those days.
Yeah, now, there's things have changed so much so fast. That's like I'm saying, man. Life is moving. It seemed like there was that time, a short period, maybe up till like 18ish, where it seemed like you had forever. Time was like just went on and on. Days were nice and long. Then at some point, man, that door just opens up and just like, all right, here you go. And then the days just start whipping by,
Yeah,
whipping by.
yeah, it's so true. It's so true. I feel like I don't get enough time. There's not enough time in the day to do what you want to do, but you make do of it. You know what I mean?
So maybe it's one of them things where you do all of it. You can actually grow your cannabis that you're servicing in your restaurant there, a self-sustained restaurant there.
Ooh, that would be amazing right there. I like that idea. And you'd be able to see the plants growing because that's kind of my dream. Is I want to get people more involved. You know, you go to the dispensary and you buy something and there's no pictures of the plant, there's no history behind the plant. You're just buying some weed and you don't know really where it came from. I want to implement a history behind it. I want people to know, hey man, I bought this. This is what the plant looked like as a seedling. This is what it looked like as a teenager. I want to add that input that I just want to add that element to it. And yeah, having a studio type feel where you can see the plants growing that are being utilized, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would almost be that'd be really cool. Almost in a way that you could almost like bring it out like a wine, cross your arm right there. Would you like to smell it before it's? Would you like to take a whiff before I throw it in the pan?
Right? Yes, yes. You would do exactly that, and people would love you for it. You know what I mean? There. I
Oh
hate I
yeah,
hate it that there's a stigma with it and people don't like it. You know what I mean? Like after I started growing, it just made me hate people that don't understand this plant, people that don't have an appreciation for it, people that are like, oh, I don't like it, or people that went to jail for this plant. This is a gift. This is a gift, and I don't understand why people don't understand that. If you've ever grown your own plant, then you would understand it. It's something you just have to do. You have to care for it. You have to take it through veg. You have to take it through flower. You have to chop it down, manicure it up, and then you have to smoke it. And then you really understand how much of a gift it is, you know?
so true, so true. When you start growing it, it's a whole new appreciation for it. It really is, and uh, it's a good one though. I mean, it's a definitely. It's not. I don't even think it's an appreciation as it is a bond. It's a
Yeah,
whole new bond with the plant. You don't
absolutely.
even you utilize it in a different way. I think as well. I think that's when it be almost becomes more medical than it ever was when you actually start to grow it.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. Uh, yeah, you have a whole new love for it. You have a whole new way that you handle it. You handle it more clean. I don't know. It's just you break it down different. You just care a little bit more after you've grown it.
For sure. So if you could step up some things in your room and your around your grow, what would be some of the things? You hit the lotto today, had some extra cash. You were like, I'll tweak it out a little bit. What would be some of the things you would throw in the cart first today?
Oh man! All right, first thing I'm throwing in is a proper drying room. I would throw in a nice proper drying room, and then so I maybe a 4x8 is what I throw in there. But that's about it, man, because I like it small. I don't want to add too much more. I just want something maybe I could start trying to do clones in and or maybe do some seedlings in, but I like to keep it small so that I can concentrate on each one of them. I take that money and save it and then keep growing.
Right on. I have my back and forth with the tents.
What do you feel like with the tents?
There's love hate with them. There's just I like the advantage of having like their own microclimates. So
Yeah.
like if something does spiral out of control, it's more more chance to contain it,
Yeah.
if you will. But I don't like the drawbacks in size and not being able to like actually have a decent scrog where I could go off, walk around and get underneath. So I miss rooms in some aspects, but I do appreciate tents and others. I guess another plus for tents is trying to pull off perpetual in a smaller areas. You
Right.
wouldn't be able to do that in a, even in a bedroom, even in a small bedroom, you're able to pull off a perpetual if you wanted to through
Yeah.
tents, and you could actually have multi stages with tents. Where if it were just that room, you'd be veg, flower. You know what I mean? So
That's
they
kind of
have
what I
good
got
draw.
going on over here. I got a veg tent. I got uh, one flower tent, and then I have a seedling tent right now currently.
Nice. I would. I'm. You're probably gonna. I might even catch a lot of shit with this, but if it were me, that shit would all be flower. All those tents would be flower. Flower, 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 flower. And the
Make them all
veg would be
flower
out in the
tents.
open.
Well,
Yeah. Veg isn't so sensitive. I mean, you're not necessarily worried about, herming the plant out. Plants can be 24-hour veg. They can be 18/6. They can, this veg behind me, well, I briefly swung around and showed it yesterday. Some
yeah,
of what was going around, but that's all out in the open. That all the veg is. It's not its own room. There's no veg tents here. It's things going on and off around it. I don't worry about what's going on over there. It's wide out. I use them tents for flower.
just
That's what I need.
you're saying just
Everything
put a
up.
light out there,
Yeah,
right?
I'll leave them right out. Yeah,
Yeah.
right out in the open. Yeah. If you're gonna be sleeping around it anyway, you know what I mean.
Might
Just
as well.
what the hell you need a tent for? Just shut the light off and go to bed, man.
uh, it's kind of true. It's kind of true. Well,
Use the
I
rest of
might
them
have
for
to do that.
flour.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm learning something tonight, Eagle.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
For sure. So all those tents behind you are flower. Yeah.
Everything, all the tents are flour.
All the tents.
Veg is in wide open space.
Gotcha. And you just use like bug preventatives, right?
Yeah, yep. Right now, like I said last night with Noah the grower, unfortunately in veg, I still utilize a little bit of neem in the all-purpose plus. I rotate. 1 week to the other until
Yeah.
flower, and then I don't need to spray anything after flower. But
For sure.
I'm a big believer in mixing it up. Oh, all purpose or what is it? I started using the plant coast, the West Coast plant therapy. I mix that in between the all purpose and I just started mixing that in the routine. So neem's like the first, and then all purpose, and then the plant, the West Coast there.
Yeah.
Trying to
I've used the
so
West
they
Coast purpose
if there's
before.
anything, they're not building up any resistance.
Gotcha.
How'd you like it?
I have mixed feelings about it. I had thrips before, and I used it, and it works. But I think it could be a little bit better.
For what the price and what it makes, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about the Dr. Symes.
I have
Noah
too.
was suggesting it there last night, so might be worth a try. But then again, I've had a lot of curiosity into the labs, which sounds like it's pretty much the same thing. So if I can make it myself and use it for, I mean, it sounds like you could use the labs for everything. You spray it on your plants. You can fucking clean
Growing
your house
flour.
with it. Yeah, you can drink the shit in a pinch.
Right.
I mean, and be able to make it at a, you know, economical phase.
Right.
Why wouldn't you instead of going out and buying a product? I don't know. But, so it's something I'm definitely curious on. Shit, right now it's just a matter of time, man. I can't find enough time to actually dive into much anything new.
Yeah.
I'm spread pretty thin these days, trying to run around learning shit on my Audible. And I couldn't. I was talking about that with my daughter today, my youngest. Uh, she was like, I just kind of rediscovered singing. Well, we were just kind of talking about here. She's like, I just like started to reappreciate reading books again. You
Yeah.
know, I feel like it helps me connect, and I can visualize in my head a little bit more. And I was like, yeah, I can appreciate that, and I can understand where you're coming from. But I also like the Audible. For me, I think the Audible, for in that aspect, kind of frees my mind up, so I'm not looking. I can kind of, if I've got the time, can look around and imagine it a little bit more. But then again, I like the Audible too because then I can work in the garden, multitask, and then try to do something while I'm not just sitting there reading a book.
Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah, you
both
can
has
work
their
on the garden.
ups and
Yeah, I
downs.
mean it both works.
But you don't get charts and diagrams and shit with Audible. That's a nice
Right.
thing about the old hardcover covers. Go back and see pictures and maybe some charts and diagrams. I always think I'm getting effed a little bit when I buy the when I buy the Audible books because I know in a lot of cases like the teaming with microbes. I know there's shit in them books that I'm not getting in the Audible.
Yeah. It's not breaking it down as much either, probably.
He does a pretty good job of breaking it down, but in some instances, I think that's a good instance right there where I think the Audible may be better, but it would be nice. It'd be nice if you could buy them in conjunction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You bought the
Yeah.
book and then it came with a free, Audible link if you wanted it, or because it'd be nice to listen to the book and then if you wanted to go back and reference something at another time to be able to reference it in the hard copy. Because I've heard from other people, like I said, I've never actually read the hard copy, but I've heard from other people that it's a really dry read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're getting
Yeah.
into it very far, and it's like to where Audible, you know, you can kind of keep pushing on. You can push through it a little bit more,
Yeah.
even after you maybe getting bored with it, whatever. I don't know.
Makes sense.
So I see. Besides cooking, I like to cook myself. What kind of cooked stuff? I guess that's a good question there. What kind of stuff do you cook? What kind of stuff do you like to cook?
I've cooked all kinds of stuff. I've cooked Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, but what I really like, what I'm really on right now is vegan stuff. At the moment, I'm making like different types of vegan sausage, vegan hamburger meat. Uh, I'm not vegan, but I have my times where I just want to eat regular plants and I don't want to eat meat. So that's kind of what I'm on right now. But I've cooked all over in terms of different types of food.
Shout out to you, man. For I mean, even if you're not a vegan, but you're making vegan food.
Yeah.
All three of my daughters at one point have went uh, vegetarian slash vegan, all the way down to vegan in some cases. And man, I try to. I'm not going there. You know, I appreciate fresh fruits and vegetables, and I try to swing my diet to where it's heavy that way. But to say I ain't eating meat or I'm gonna eat something and then tell myself it's chicken, no,
Right.
I'm just gonna eat some chicken. you know, uh, I can't do that, but they have, and I try to play along like a good dad should. You know what I mean? And buy them everything I can. You know, and it seems like it's very limited. I get frustrated, and for them, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you've narrowed it. Not only did you cut out everything I made before, but now you've got me limited down to very little. And come on, you've got to, open up and
Yeah.
spread. Yeah. And not only that is, I didn't, again, I had a hard time, uh, you know, I couldn't even play along. I was like, I don't even, how I don't. I'm not even a kid yet. I can't turn this tofu into any kind of meat. I'm not going to chicken flavor. So shout out to you. It's good to know there's people out there that are, making more variety available for the people that are going out there and doing it. Man, I couldn't.
And I want to be able to infuse some of that food too, Eagle. You know what I mean? Make some infused vegan food. Because if both people deserve it, you know what I mean? I want to be able to reach both sides of it.
Ooh, I wouldn't even have said that, brother. I think I would have kept that shit right under my hat. That's we took, there's definitely room in the market there, but man, that's a niche right there, man. I could see that being something you
So,
could single yourself out and run with right there.
all right, erase that clip. take it off, Eagle.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Yeah, you're absolutely right too.
That's just kind of where
Before
my
you do
brain's
that.
at. I'm always trying to think of different things I can do. I'm not the most. I'll admit off the bat, I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to it, and I'm kind of hard headed, but I'm on my own path. I'm learning the way that I'm learning. I'm learning by teaching myself. I'm learning the hard way, but in a sense, it's a good way because I'm learning through trial and tribulations. You know what I mean?
Right on, right on. Sometimes some of the best lessons.
Yeah.
I'm a little hard headed myself. I'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah.
My daughter's probably tell you he's super hard headed. Now he ain't just hard headed; he's super hard headed.
Yeah. I don't like to listen, but I started listening and I saw results. So I'm always open to learn anything that I can from anybody that's willing to throw that information at me, you know.
Oh, yeah. I like to take it in too. And there's so much out of that's we're in a great time right now. There's so much, so much great knowledge out there.
Yeah,
And coming from everywhere. It's a good time to just be taking it all in.
for sure.
So, what are some of your favorite podcasts? Helps direct some of everybody else into some good knowledge. Which one are you? Some of your favorites you listen to right now?
Podcasts. I'm just
Yeah, where
listening.
you get.
I get all my information from YouTube, like Mr. Canucks. I'm listening to all these Total Grows. Like I, I, I can't direct people because I just click. I just click, 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 click. I see it and I click and I go to the next one and I go to the next one and I go to the next one. I'm just downloading all my brains. But if anybody reaches out to me on Instagram, I will send you the links of what I'm watching for sure.
So, are there some new method that's and so in your learning journey there, are there some techniques that's kind of caught your eye on that maybe you haven't switched to? Maybe aquaponics, hydros, or
Yeah,
DWC, something
I was
different than what you're
working.
doing.
I was working with hydro a little bit. I'm still trying to tweak what I'm doing, but I'm definitely doing a little bit of hydro. Um, but we'll see where that goes.
I haven't dipped my feet. Well, I guess the oxycloner. I guess do I get to actually call that? It's me. Technically, it's hydro, but I don't grow in hydro, so I guess do I
Yeah,
clone in hydro? Seeing how it's pretty much. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely something that has interested me at one point or another.
yeah. Uh, is there a reason why you haven't done it? Just time in general.
Uh, Mainly, it's just a temperature thing. Because I know that once it gets so hot that it can be a problem. It needs to stay in like the 65, 70-degree range to kind of be the sweet spot in the reservoir. So that's why I don't. I'm just too much on it. There's too much swing for me in a medium. A little bit more forgiveness, a little bit more time. If the power goes out, then things aren't going to go south. Silly little shit.
Yeah.
Just have to be a little bit more dedicated than I already am.
I mean, I really prefer soil. Soil. I like soil because I'm hands on. I like being able to. I like feeling the transplant. I like being able to mix in the amendments and the soil. It's way more hands on to me. Hydro is just kind of you sit it and leave it, and it does its own thing.
Right on, right on. I don't, yeah. And plus, the pH, I'm a real stickler about pH. I don't mess with it. I'll mess
Yeah.
with it as much as everybody else does.
What do you mean like by
No,
mess with it?
uh, I mean, again, I'm not giving advice here for anybody else to follow my ways, but yeah, I don't. I've got a general knowledge. I check it occasionally. to see where it's at, but it's not necessarily something that it's I'm checking every time I mix nukes that it has to be a 6.2. If it's right on or up or down, then I'm worried about it. I check it maybe like once a month.
Reason, yeah. The reason why I asked is because that's kind of how I am about my pH. You know what I mean? I'm like I said, I'm watching the plants. I learn by watching. I'm a visual learner, so I'm looking at the plants and what they tell me, as opposed to what everybody else is telling me.
Yeah, I'm just kind of set in my ways. I'm definitely know how to read my plants, and just like you're saying there, I don't write a whole lot of things down other than if it's a test strain, I take some notes. But if it's something I ran for a while now, I'm not writing things down. I know what it looks like when it's done, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of an old school method in doing things, and that's kind of what I do. I watch. I'm before all the information. You have to watch the plant yourself, and you have to intake the information. That's where I'm at. I'm kind of learning as I watch.
I have tons of appreciation for all these guys, Smiley, Jack Greenstock, all them cats that are fucking trying to break it down into like a scientific level to where you can extend I understand like every phase of the game. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
I didn't come from that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't come from that time. I seem to do okay, and I'm open again. It's not that I'm not open to learning about these what's being currently learned about. I'm totally just as knowledge hungry as the rest of them. But am I changing a whole lot of shit in my grow because of
Yeah.
not
That's
yet,
that. Yeah.
not yet.
That, that's where I'm at as well. So you want to take a second for a dab?
Hell yeah! You throw this doobie down.
Uh,
Yeah, try to get this dab song somewhat lined up. I've been sliding in the last few days, man. Usually I come in, I got I got things pretty well lined up. And last couple of days I've been like right before it's time to go on, I'm pretty much just sliding into the chair. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Not even nothing rolled up or anything.
I was struggling to get something rolled because I couldn't. The Zoom wasn't working at first, so I started panicking, and I dropped all the bud on the
I would have
floor at
waited.
first. I was like, "No, what's going on?"
Oh, rats. Yeah, that's not a good start. It's not a good start. Get the dab song going here. Oh, there you go. Hopefully, I've got some fucking butane left in my torch. I used it for starting a fire earlier.
That's always a good one.
The first like fire of the season, I was like, yeah, fuck this. I got a torch. Where's that torch at? Oh yeah, there's some fuel in here. Enough for a dab anyway.
Oh yeah.
What are you dabbing on? Oh, the
I'm
purple.
actually that. Yeah, I am actually. I want to make some cannagars with the purple and just triple Canagar, purple everything, purple Keef, purple rosin, and purple flower.
Ooh, that'd be good. Oh man, gave out on me. I got butane right here though. My mama didn't waste no quitter.
What are you dabbing on?
Some of this Smokey the Bear 2.0. What is it? The Thin Mints, the Fish Mints.
Nice. That's one of my favorite strains.
Pretty good. Oh yeah, that's quite the difference. I guess I never let it play long enough to realize that thing had a drum solo in it. There we go.
now we're talking.
I always love it when I'm hacking like that. Zoom's flashing and it says, your mic's muted. Your mic's muted. I'm like, I know I'm dying over here, you fucker.
I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, whew. A little bit of sweat's going there.
That's a good dab.
First one, too.
So you want to see the grow?
Hell yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Hell yeah, please. Please, sir.
This is my baby auto right here. That's one of them. This is my good tip. This is my.
What it is?
So this is Jelly Bean right here.
Oh yeah, she looking good.
Oh yeah, I got Bruce Banger over here. This is a purple sour diesel right here. This is a seed bag seed. This is a few of my testers over here. And then over here I got some more of my testers from Fast Buds. So yeah, it's all set up right in my room.
Yeah. Any kind of what kind of genetics?
They're all Mephisto. I got Mephisto genetics in here.
Oh well, you said testers, but you didn't necessarily say like kind of what flavors or you know.
Oh, what flavors they are? This is Pink Teddy crossed with Creature Bear, and the other flavor is Toothless Tyrone. Is that what you're looking for? And then Fast Buzz, I have gelato and blackberry.
Nice. Yeah, all of them sound good.
Yeah,
all of them sound good. It's a nice little grow.
Thank you.
For sure.
So I've been working on it, adding on to it.
What kind of soil was that there that we were looking at?
That was the Vermi Fire. You heard of that one?
No, I haven't. You like it?
I do like it. It's got microROSIN in it. It's definitely been working. Those seedlings are doing really good because I used that soil and microROSIN on it when I transferred them.
Nice. So how long do you expect those autos to run for?
At least another 2 months. Oh, well, no, another 40 days at least.
That's a pretty damn good turnover. Pretty quick turnover right there.
Yeah, they're pretty fast. They go for about 70 to 90 days. So they're about a month old. I'm looking at the 90-day mark on these.
Yeah, it's well, as long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. You know, it sounds like you've had pretty good luck with the autos. Why would I keep running with some of them? That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just fun. Oh, for sure.
What kind of pup you got there?
He's a Dachshund Jack Russell Pug mix. This is Gibby right here. Whoa. Oh, whoa.
It's like, I don't want to be on TV.
He's like, nah, man. Take me out. Feed me. What are you doing?
There you go. I love them little dogs.
I do.
So, I see you got some good ink there, man. What all you got there? What's on the neck? How was that neck? Oh, man.
Ooh. There's a turkey vulture right here. Nice. So let me see if I can get in there. You can see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, nice turkey vulture. It was about 6 hours in the chair. I did it in one sitting. Wasn't too bad.
Nice. It had been long sitting.
I got some other. I got some koi fish stuff over here, you know, and some other stuff.
I definitely love my ink.
For sure.
A fan of the ink.
I saw the legs, man. That's crazy. I want to know how that felt, man. That looks like a sensitive area.
Ooh, that last one is tender, man. I would have. I'm right there with you. I would rather sit. As longest I've sat in one sitting is 8.5 hours on the reps. That was that was a good run. But I would rather go that route. I would rather just go through it and get that shit over than necessarily. I mean, the leg there, we did some of it 10 days ago. Well, between. So we did a good portion of it, and it wasn't quite healed right there in the back, in the ditch there.
Right.
But then we went back into it, and went back into some of them areas. You could tell that it wasn't maybe I could have waited a few more days before I got back in there because it's pretty tender still. I can walk on it and everything, but it's definitely you can tell it's still a little tender.
Yeah,
still a little tender.
Is it right on the bend?
Yeah, it goes from the top, well, pretty much the mid the back of the knee all the way up just before the butt there. Couple inches from the butt there.
That's
So
gnarly,
it's
dude.
it's probably that face is probably about that tall, easy.
Woo!
It's pretty good size face. Yeah, pretty good sitting. And I don't even like to think about how many hours I've got wrapped up into them legs. I definitely have some hours in the chair.
You got some days in the chair.
They probably do add up to days. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Yeah. It's one of them things. Everybody's got their thing, I guess. Everybody's got their thing.
Right.
So, yeah. So, do you have any future tattoos that you got your eye on or thinking about?
Yeah, man. I want to get some cannabis tattoos. I want somebody to be able to tattoo a nug on me, but it has to be a detailed nug. You know what I mean? So, and then I want the gene.
Tough
You
one
know,
to pull off.
I know. I haven't seen a good one yet.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I've seen a lot.
I haven't seen a good one yet.
I seen one guy that had like the whole most of the back. In fact, Sub had a lot of his back done in a bud, and it's just so hard to keep it looking right. I don't know. But I guess that's the nice thing about it, man. Some of these tattoo artists, are doing just some amazing shit. Some of it, I actually wonder how it's gonna hold up in the long term.
Yeah.
Some of this really fine detail.
Right. And you'd be surprised on how it does. Some of it really does hold up.
Definitely a whole new era in ink. Beautiful stuff, man. I think moreover, I'm happy about the acceptance of it. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily, you can walk into somewhere and, oh no, that hurts. Tattoo guys here.
And that's why I like moving to California, because I'm originally from Maryland, and I couldn't get my neck tattooed in Maryland. They'd be like, "You're a gangbanger," or, "You're not going. You just can't do it." But I moved to California, and everybody has tattoos everywhere. It's just a thing. And then that's when I was like, "All right, man, I can finally get this piece done." You know what I mean? And that's what I did.
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of places are culturally open to it, but you're right. There's definitely still some places where you can get some looks.
Yeah,
and it is what it is. I don't let that bother me anymore.
For sure.
I just like it. It's an auto defense. I don't know. If you scoffed, and I shouldn't have had a conversation with you anyway.
Right. Just tell him to get it back.
So what else besides cooking, cannabis, and what do you like to do?
MMA. I do MMA.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I do boxing, MMA. I've actually trained with a couple of UFC fighters like Tony Ferguson, Christian Aguilera. There's a few different fighters I've trained with.
Badass. Mm-hmm. Badass. Where's your money on tomorrow night's fight? Today's Wednesday. Saturday's fight. Week hasn't went fast enough yet.
Man, it's gonna be. I don't know, man. I can see Gaethje pulling off a decision because he's a good striker, but he's he's really got a battle coming. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that he can do it, but Khabib is just a guy that smothers the hell out of you. And I know those kind of fighters because I fought those kind of fighters and I've trained with those kind of people. And once they have their weight on you, man, it's not fun at all.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, I wrestled for a lot of years myself. But that's where Gaethje comes in too, man. He's got a hell of a ground game, and I think he's just hard enough headed to withstand Khabib's weak. He's got a decent striking game, but it isn't top notch, in my opinion. And I think if somebody can withstand and keep walking steadily at Khabib, I don't think he'll be able to handle it.
Definitely. Don't give his back up, man. As long as he doesn't give his back up, he's good. Because Khabib's gonna be relentless. I mean, if any, I think this is Khabib's hardest fight, 100%, because Gaethje has a hard chin, and he's gonna keep walking forward no matter what he does. And if he gets tired, Khabib is done.
That's another thing too. Is I don't back to the walking forward to him. I don't think he'll be able to maintain somebody that's just coming at him like that and delivering a nice power game like Gaethje's got, man. He can.
Yeah.
He's got some really powerful hands, and if he can land them kicks, man, he's got some really, really strong kicks. So
You can catch him coming in with a knee. He's gonna catch him coming in with a knee. Coming in with that takedown, he throws a knee right up the middle. He can knock him out. It would be amazing. But I know that Khabib just lost his dad too, so he's gonna be coming in there with rage and fire. It's gonna be serious.
True that too. I've never really considered that angle myself. But yeah, it's and then you've got the weirdness. Are they going to be fighting in front of a live crowd, or is it going to be the island thing again?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the island again, and that makes fighting weird too. It makes fighting weird when you can hear every single sound. Like, I don't know, because these guys are fueled by the audience at that point. You know what I mean?
I do. Because it can only be to a personal to such a point. You know what I mean? It's a show it's a show. It's a job, and you're out there to kick some ass and be the best. But you don't necessarily hate that gentleman on the other side of you know what I mean. You guys are there to do the thing, shake some hands, and be sportsmen about it. Hopefully that's the way it is. Everything ends right there, and you should be able to quit talking smack after that. And have a little bit of respect for each other.
Right.
But without the crowd, it's fucking personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without
really
that
is.
chant and them pumping you on, that's the reason why you're there. I mean, without that, you're digging down and you really gotta want to hurt this person. You know what I mean? It's down to a personal want to kick their ass, and that's a whole different means.
Absolutely. It's going to be them on Fight Island with a couple of people, and they're going to be able to hear the announcers because there's no audience. They can hear the announcers calling the fight too. So
yeah, that's going to be a little weird too.
All you hear is the smacks of the gloves. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird situation, but I'm looking so forward to it.
Even at, I don't know. I guess I kind of like that in a way, the quietness of the fight, but it is still weird on the fighter aspect because some of them shots now when you're watching, you can hear which ones are just stanging because you know what I mean. If you've done a little bit of fighting, you can tell by the sound when they land what's going on there.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Definitely
and that's the thing.
Different game there.
Gaethje has better striking then Khabib, man, he's gonna light him up. Khabib is gonna shoot from the break, and if he can't get that takedown, he's done. If Khabib can't get the first takedown, he's done.
Yeah, I like the way that you're saying that too, and the way that you said that it'll be a decision. Well, I honestly don't know. It'll probably be closer to a decision than, but I think Gaethje's got enough to knock him down. I think he's actually got it to, put him down. But I don't think Khabib's got. I think he's just enough of a strong opponent for Khabib to make him work for it. And I don't see a lot of other people going the full distance with Khabib.
Oh,
he don't. He's too much, like you said. He gets on top and smothers them right out, man. They can't go the distance with him.
That's it.
But if he can keep him up on his feet and keep him smacking on him, he's definitely got a good chance.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good night all the way around Saturday night. It's a bummer because I always miss most of it because the good stuff's on when I'm on. The good bouts are on when I'm on. I'm usually asking everybody in chat to kind of relay what Nova's a good one. He usually relaying some shit for me in chat.
We got to do a.
But this year, actually, I got to hit Boom up. Boom's got a place where I can enjoy the fight, so I might be able to split screen it Saturday night.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
So if I'm not quite paying attention Saturday night, if I seem like I'm a little bit lost, I may be
just let me know what happens.
The Gaethje fight going on.
We're gonna have you commentate over here. Commentate and smoke with Eagle, okay?
Right on. That would be yeah, I should do that. Yeah, I really do. I quit watching sports altogether. There was only 3 main sports that I've ever really played anyway. I played football for a long time. I wrestled all through school, and then I boxed, and then I kickboxed for a small time. But once the dream was over, I quit like watching football. You know what I mean? I quit watching a lot of it. You know what I mean? I like to participate. I like to stay in shape and all that good shit. But to dedicate every Sunday and all that for football, and I'd rather be in the garden or actually working out or some shit rather than watching. I don't know. Weird like that, I guess. But I just picked up MMA again, like a year and a half ago. Started watching Connor. Connor kind of picked it up for me again. Yep. I liked his I just liked everything about Connor. He's kind of cocky. He can be inspiring. He puts out a lot of inspiring content.
He's a cool guy, man. He's a business guy at the end of the day. Like he's not a bad person. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
Definitely not a bad
money. Definitely.
He's fighting Pacquiao. He's fighting Pacquiao. Okay.
Is he?
He's fighting. Conor McGregor is fighting Pacquiao. If you didn't know it, look this up when you get a chance because it's true. He's gonna fight Pacquiao.
Nice. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
And last I heard, he was gonna fight Dustin there.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do that.
Good fight, but
he's supposed to do that for charity. Yeah, basically. He's supposed to do this one for charity, and then he's supposed to fight Pacquiao sometime in the winter.
Nice. I was hoping that he wasn't gonna fade. It's easy to do. And
oh man, that was a good fight. he went 10 rounds with one of the greatest boxers in the world, so it's cool.
So, what do you feel about Diaz there? What are your thoughts on Diaz? I'm curious, man, because the last fight, he's a friggin' warrior. Don't get me wrong. He's a friggin' warrior, man. He can scrap with the best of them, and even to this day, I'm sure he can still scrap to the best of them. But then I watch him like in the off fights, and I'm thinking, please, dude, do not fight again. I know you can, but it's a matter if you should at this point. You know what I mean? He's a bad motherfucker, no doubt. But I think a lot of that's definitely starting to take a little bit of a toll on him. You can only,
I think the problem with him is he doesn't show up to work sometimes. Like he doesn't care enough about fighting that he shows up every day. He doesn't show up to fight. Some days he comes in there, he whoops ass. Other days he just doesn't show up to work. So he's one of those guys that has to get his priorities straight. Because he's a good fighter when he wants to be.
Definitely. Oh, definitely. He stood toe to toe with Conor. That was pretty impressive, I thought, in my book.
He beat him, and he potentially beat him twice. You know what I mean? So, like...
That was a good one, though.
It was good, man.
He definitely got some heart, man. He's definitely got some heart.
He's got some heart, but he's... I think he's just a money fighter, man. He's like, I need a check real quick. Let me jump up in here and fight somebody. He's not out here trying to be a champ.
I hate to say this again, but you ever notice that seems to be where it goes wrong with a lot of them cats, though, man. Some of the best fights they ever fight is pre-big money. You know what I mean? And even Masvidal, still badass. Yeah. Pre-cash. That shit will never get to me. I ain't never gonna do that shit. You're never gonna see me hype that shit up. Blah blah blah. Different tune right now. Different tune right now. So I don't know.
I'd agree.
Mr. Light It Up Again, Tim wants to know, since we're talking about boxers and briefs.
He said what? Wait, what? Boxers or what?
He said boxers and briefs.
Oh, briefs.
There you go.
I'm a man.
There you go, Tim. That's the Jack question right there.
That was funny. Good.
It can't always be snuck in, though. I've noticed. It's gotta be the right guest. It can't always be had.
No, that was funny.
It's been asked several times. The best time was with Breeder Steve. I did an interview with him, and it was like just as serious as all serious could be up until that point. And I seen it in chat, and I was like, I got this. And then I asked him. He cracked up. It definitely changed like the whole tone of like the second half. He definitely loosened up after that shit.
Yeah.
Funny cat, man. Funny cat. So where do you see your next step being in the cannabis thing? Do you actually see it trying to stay towards the growth side, or you think you'd be experimenting more towards the edible side?
I think I'm going to do both. I think what I'm doing is I'm going to grow my plants out, and I'm going to use those plants for the product and see what happens with that.
Right on. So when we talk like food possibilities, do you think maybe entrees or like edibles or like dessert edibles or?
I think I'll do like a 3-course meal type deal. You know what I mean? Where you
That'd
can
be
get
badass.
you get your basic 3 courses and everything's infused, even the drink.
Heck yeah, that'd be a nice meal right there. So when it comes to like say like a meat, would it be easier to infuse the meat or would it be easier to like take like a sauce and like top it with like a sauce, like a butter or something, and then
It would
or
be
like a
easier,
barbecue sauce?
probably be easier to infuse a sauce. You know what I mean? But then you could put the sauce and you can mix it into the meat. You know what I mean? That's all you're doing. And then you also can infuse the butter that you're cooking with. So you're cooking up, you're cooking the burger and butter. I like using butter for everything.
I use
Butter
a
and
lot of
then
butter myself.
yeah, I use butter and then I've used distillant before because that's real easy to use. And then I've used hash before.
I cook with a little bit of hash myself. It's not, throw a little gram into some oil, let it, stir it around, let it break down, and cook with it.
Yep.
It's a nice, quick, easy way to make some edibles. Man, it's overdue. It's been overdue. I haven't made none in a while. Actually, I got I got a little leery after the last time I made some. That's why I've made none. So I like to make my shit strong.
Yeah.
And so my middle daughter, who's old enough to mess with cannabis, and she's 21. So I made some chocolate bar. I made a big old chocolate bar, and I made that thing just as fucking strong as I could make it. And she got into it and had some, and she was having a good old time. And against my warnings, she went back into it like most people with edibles do, heavy.
Yep.
Went in, had a nice big chunk, and she actually got herself into paralysis. She got so high, she got into the paralysis.
Oh man.
And that was scary. It was super scary to watch. And luckily, I knew helped. Luckily, she wasn't alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she actually got to the point where she like couldn't move or didn't want to move, and I had to put some like binaural beats on for her and tell her to slow down and focus and breathe. You know what I mean? Give her a
Yep.
little bit of pepper. Here you go. Come on back. Come on back. But yeah, she was definitely for like 10 minutes. She was just like, I don't like this. And so at that point, I was like, I don't really want to leave some shit laying around.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's going to do some edibles. I would at least listen to me or, we can buy some. Buy some because I like Mike Strong. I'm not afraid to indulge heavy on the edibles.
Yeah. I'm heavy on the edibles as well. I like them in 1,000 milligram and up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've only been able to take myself to like psychedelic means only once, but it was all right. I wish I could unlock that recipe there because I'd probably do it again.
Oh yeah. I've been there, but yeah, just like you said, I haven't been able to unlock that one again. It was just a quick blessing, and then yeah.
I actually contributed to the squeezing of the ball, the butter ball. I think that's what's my mistake, or depending on how you want to look at it,
I
because
don't
that
know if
was
it
like
was a
one of the
mistake.
good a bit. Well, yeah, in hindsight it wasn't, but yeah, uh, I think I know what I did wrong there because it was like one of the first times I was making butter, and it was for myself. You know what I mean? So I was still a little naive, and I didn't glove up before I squeezed the shit out of it. I had all the cannabis in the cheesecloth, and I went to squeeze out that cheesecloth, and I didn't have no gloves on, so that warm butter was through my fingers. It was dripping down my arm,
Oh
and so it was soaking in. You know what I mean? The whole time
yeah.
I'm squeezing the ball out, it's fucking going down and soaking into my skin the whole time.
It
And so it
was a
went from there,
topical.
and I'd made, yeah, fresh batch cookies after that. Second part of the downfall. And then they were like a mint chip cookies, mint like cancels out that cannabis taste pretty much. So I made me some cookies right quick, and they're fresh out of the oven, and I'm like, oh, these are good. Wham, 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 wham. I think I had like six cookies in a row. And then, working with the butter, and then all of a sudden, man, whoo, that stuff just smacked me. I smoked a joint. I was like, I gotta go lay down. When I woke up, man, I felt like my head was like above my body, and fucking, I was just, I gotta take a shower. I laughed in the shower. I mean, like I was like at a comedy show, kind of like laugh in the shower for like 45 minutes, and even after I could gain enough to get out, and I was still just like chuckling for another 4 hours. So it was a
Yeah,
good time. I would definitely do it again if I could figure out the milligrams there. I'd probably give her a whirl.
for sure.
How heavy did you have to go to unlock your heavy experience there? What was yours like?
It was heavy. I think I put a couple ounces in there, and I don't know, man. I just was real loopy. I can't even. I was just sitting there. Yeah, I'm like I am now, loopy as hell.
It's good times, good times.
Oh yeah, but I love edibles too. Though I take edibles and I go to the gym. I go train. I'll take a good edible and I'll go train and I'll hit the bag for freaking 2 hours straight. You know what I mean? Like that's why I really like edibles because they give me that recharge. Where flower will put me in a relaxing mode. The edibles get me going. Like I want to go out and take a jog. You know what I mean?
It's a weird. I don't know if I can actually say it's for me. It's the giving me a charge, but it just makes me feel better about it. You know what I mean? The aches and the pains, it disappear. It's more easier to get out there and want to, do that extra bullshit. It's like a 3 day process for me. It's like when I start doing the edibles, it's like the first day I'm lucky enough to, get a buzz on or whatnot. Second day is like almost like an edible hangover where I'm just kind of like laying around a little bit. Third day, I feel like somebody's come up and just like oiled all the joints, you know what I mean? Walked on the back, man. I feel like $1,000,000. And if I can keep it in my system, if I'm lucky enough to keep it in my system, after that, that's the way it works. Every day it's just more like a vitamin, just like, oh yeah, let's do it. After that. So that's usually how it shakes out with me. But I'm very rarely lucky enough to where I can get past like 4 or 5 days of having it around and
Right.
consistent.
Yeah. I totally get that. Yeah. I have to take like a week break, and then it'll hit me again, you know, the way it's supposed to hit me.
That's another thing too. I guess maybe if they should make it a little bit worse for me, they need. And I guess I'm not knocking vegan or nothing like that, but maybe they need to maybe like a fucking medicated like wheatgrass shot or something like that. Maybe I can
That'd be cool.
stretch out my fucking my edibles there, because man, these candy ones, man, these nerd, man, I find myself just like reaching over and fucking like, oh, gummies. That's why. But maybe if they weren't so damn delicious, I could spread them out to where I wasn't like powering through them in 4 or 5 days.
Easy to eat. They're too good.
Man, them nerd bites I had the other day were delicious, man. They were like part gummies, and then they were like covered in nerds.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You got them
It
at a
definitely.
local dispensary?
I went to the Croptoberfest. Was what's like a little gathering. It was like a harvest party almost. I had vendors and stuff there, so I picked some up there and got some pretty good deals. I like to wait. That's where the cheapness comes out. That's where the cheapness comes out, man. I'll wander around all day and eyeball, see what everybody's got, and then I'll wait right before everybody's packing up, putting shit away. Hopefully, usually if it's a multi-dayer, I'll wait till that last day and then make my strike. You won't really pack all that up, do you? Come on, make me a deal. Make me a deal. How much if I buy some, a good chunk of this? Like, let's talk multiples.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, you didn't want to take it home, did you? No. Might as well make something of it. Come on, get it back out. Get it back.
Come on. That worked. Absolutely, that works, man.
Yeah, also, another tip for that too is, what do you got? What are you heavy on? What are you
trying to get
on?
rid of?
What didn't you sell today?
Right.
That out here. I'm terrible with a buck like that, man. I don't know if it's good on my end. I seem to score some deals, but
yeah,
I'm probably terrible to barter with.
They're like, oh no, it's Eagle again.
Yeah. Act like we had a really good day. We don't give a shit. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, I guess.
For sure.
Oh, man. It's warming up here. We had a good warm night, or good decent day today here in Michigan.
Yeah.
It's a little warm here in the grow room. 80, I guess it ain't too bad. 81. Could be worse.
Yeah, that's what it's about right now for me too. You said it's getting ready to snow soon, though.
Yeah. It was. It's definitely in the forecast for the next week. Hopefully, it's just a sprinkling.
Oh man.
There's times where we've had it before Halloween, and it's actually stayed till like the end of May, almost April. That's a long roll of snow. How's it? Where do you actually get snow where you're at?
I wish I got snow. I'm in California. This part,
Ah,
I live in Irvine, and we don't get snow. But when I lived in Maryland, we got snow. So I actually miss the snow a little bit. People in 60-degree weather start going, "Oh no, it's cold." I'm like, you don't know cold. You don't know cold. Ask Eagle how
no,
cold it is. He'll tell you.
man, it's funny, man. That it's weird how your body works. To be honest with you, because like say in the winter months, in spring, it can be 40, 48 degrees, and I'm already throwing the shorts on. You know what I mean? But when
Mm-hmm.
it comes back around the other way, man, it's like, holy shit, man, is it 60, man? Where the fuck is my coat at? It's amazing how your body can change it a little bit through the year. Same temps. But yeah, it does, man. I get some weird looks, man. I do break out the shorts really early, hoping for spring. I get that cabin fever. Like, if I just put the shorts on, it'll come. I've seen some crazy cats out here shoveling snow in fucking shorts, so yeah.
It's like it's therapy now. It's that cryotherapy.
They got this cat up here in northern Michigan, just north of Traverse City. They call him the Ice Beard Man. Ice Beard Surfer is, I believe, the whole title he goes by. But he goes out there and he's surfing off the coast of Traverse City in the middle of winter. And like when he comes, he's like in a fucking bodysuit. When he comes in, he's got like. And by the way, I didn't know you could fucking surf middle of the fucking summer in the fucking Great Lakes, much less in the fucking wintertime. I seen a thing on HBO there. What the fuck's that called? That little thing they do there. Regardless. This cat, he fucking, as he's out there all day, it just keeps adding up, adding up. By the time he comes in, man, he's got this like just long ass ice beard from just surfing out there all day long. But yeah, it takes.
Oh, I see that guy. Yeah, I've seen doc. There's like a documentary on this person, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Yeah, that's all he does too is go out there and surf that shit every day, man. I don't. That's crazy, man. It's got to be
I,
exhilarating, though.
I mean, yeah, he probably feels absolutely amazing afterwards, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because no matter what wetsuit you have on, I feel like that water is freezing.
Oh yeah, must just be like in the jeans or something where you can
Yeah,
do shit like that.
absolutely.
It's cool to watch, though. It was cool. It was a cool documentary to watch, though.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to drive up that way and actually watch it one time. That'd be pretty cool too.
Oh yeah.
Just to stand on shore,
Oh
shivering, going,
yeah.
"That crazy bastard," smoking one. Wow, that's
Right.
nuts. Yeah, you wouldn't get me in
Let
there.
me see your beard. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people ask him to get pictures of him in the beard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would think that it would be quite a few. Or maybe it's just that small townish, where it's like, been there, done it. There he is. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, we know who you are.
Yeah. Get a job.
Right. Yeah, surf. Yeah, surf bomb you.
Yeah. God, Jim, cut that beard. Shave that beard.
I bet it stinks.
They got some good cannabis up that way, that's for sure. Which is surprising because Traverse City used to be like, well, it still is a very nice town, but I never seen cannabis like. I didn't think cannabis would hit Traverse City as hard as it did. There's definitely a lot of dispensaries, a lot of cannabis being sold up there. That's for sure. It was more or less a tourist town before, where you didn't think it would. It was too aimed at the tourists, so I didn't. I thought it would be frowned on, but yeah, they took it on wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so do you always smoke your own stuff, or do you ever go to the dispensaries?
I try not to. I
Yeah.
try not to. Most of the time when I smoke new flower, it's like I went to an event and maybe picked some up there, or I've traveled and I've either forgot to bring some stuff, or I forgot some papers, or I'm in a pinch. That's another thing. I can't. I'm surprised. It goes back to the gas stations that sell alcohol. It's like it's surprised that you can fuel up and grab a 6 pack and hit the road. You know what I mean? In the
Oh
same
yeah.
sense, I find it a little bit funny that there's so many cannabis and rec stores along the highway. You know what I mean? It's especially right now with COVID, you ain't even got to get out of the car. You're just like, yeah, give me a gram
Oh,
of that and three pre-rolls, and I'm out of here.
right. Oh.
I wouldn't have usually stopped, but I needed the pre-rolls. And every time I do that shit, I'm getting down the road and I'm like fucking puffing on that shit, and I'm like, this is fucking garbage. Why did I even stop? Or why didn't I just buy some papers with a quality gram instead of grabbing that pre-roll crap?
Oh yeah. I don't really like pre rolls, to be honest. At least not the ones from dispensaries. And then I've never had really great luck with them.
No, no, they're horrible. And the last time I did, I bought one that was supposed to be like a Duraban poison, and then it was supposed to be a Duraban poison fire stick, I believe it was. And the fire stick was one of the ones where they had oiled up the paper and they rolled it in the key. And I was smoked the pre roll first, the regular one, and the whole
Yeah.
time I'm like, I'd hit it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, this is shake at best. I mean, this is horrible. This is horrible. And then their fire stick, they called it, was supposed to be their premium. And it actually, you would think the oil and the keef and all that would have brought some flavor, but it was worse than the it actually tasted worse than the pre-roll. And it was, I finished it, but it was just like all out of spite. Just because I spent my money on it. I
Yeah.
think that night I actually came home and put them on blast that night, which I usually don't do, but I was a little pissy about it. And the point being is, what I thought about that is, I thought about it too. Should I do it? Should I not do it? And I thought, you should do it because you don't know who the fuck it. You know what I mean? As a business, we should be putting out a quality product regardless. They shouldn't have to worry about, did I just sell to somebody that actually might have a little bit of a voice and can, badmouth my product. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I didn't necessarily go into exactly where I bought it, but I did kind of briefly. but I didn't like bash or whatever. I was just like, man, I'm completely disappointed that the product I bought there. But it was bad. It was. It
Yeah.
wasn't just bad. It was. It was bad. It wasn't like because they had different tiers too of the pre rolls. You know, 5 and then 10s, then the fire
Yeah.
sticks. So I went with the upper two, thinking I had a better shot there. Whew. I'd hate to see what they had in that $5 joint, man.
$5 straight trimmings, just sugar leaves with no sugar on them.
That's what the 10 tasted like.
Yeah.
That's what the 10 tasted like. It was. Uh,
Oh, that's horrible.
it is. I've heard worse things as of late. Like this cat was telling me, out of 20 of them, they broke up. They bought 20 pre rolls, busting them up, and it was basically like seed husks and shit like that. It wasn't even necessarily shake or anything like that. It was like 100% garbage. I was like, man, really? There's got to be some kind of ethical. Where's the ethics in this shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I shook my head back in the days here when caregivers could deal with the dispensaries more freely. I mean, now you can now, but now you have to go through a lot of hoops, and it's a lot tougher. Back in the days I'm talking about, you could actually go in with some tests and deal with them one on one, and them days were pretty good. You know what I mean? They actually were some good product going through there. But these days now, it's not there. That quality's just not there.
Yeah.
Well, what
Even.
I was saying then, I forgot. I kind of squirreled off there. But when I was
Yeah.
going then, and there was still some quality, they were actually. I knew some around the area that were selling shake for like $7, $8 a gram. And I'm thinking, I thought then, you guys are actually fucking selling shake. you know, people are fucking buying shake. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? And I thought at that point that eh, it was kind of shitty. Why not just lower the cost of some bud and make it more affordable than, to put dirt out there and go, okay, we'll sell you this for a bargain. You know what I mean? It
Hmm.
much even worse, start putting it in pre rolls and stuff like that.
I don't know why
Put some,
they
put some
do that to
quality
pre
into it,
rolls.
baby. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Or some nugs. Like, a lot of times it's like fine dust. Have you ever taken it out and looked at the buds after outside of the pre roll? It's like I'd rather it be more nugs. Like don't break it down. Break it down with some scissors.
Well, that's another thing too. I can't remember. I want to say it was Tao that was mentioning it. Maybe even on Jack screenshots growing with my fellow home growers. They were saying that a lot of the dispensaries around them, if you couldn't take it up and like pretty much crumble it with your fingers, they weren't interested because that was the level of dryness that they were pretty much looking for. And I'm thinking, I thought to myself, I that's when I don't like it. Is when it's that dry. I want some scissors. I want them, you know, somewhat sticky a little bit. That's when yeah. I want it
Yeah.
all crumbled up.
Yeah. That's for sure.
So I did see a question in chat there earlier. I asked, what strains were good for pressing, and they wanted to know what were bad ones for pressing. Have you came across some that were like, oh, don't even, I didn't even work pressing.
I pressed power plant. That didn't work very well. Sin mints didn't work very well. Um, But keep in mind, I'm pressing the stuff that I'm growing, so not everything is coming out perfect. But those were the two that I had experience with.
Do you have a temperature you prefer?
Yeah, around 170 for like a good golden, and then from 170 to like 190 on my temps. That's like my golden range right there.
What about pressure and time?
Depending on the material that I'm using, what kind of butt it is, I'll do it from 2 to 4 minutes.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be pressing out a lot of this Alaskan purple, so I'll have some pictures to post on my Instagram for people to see.
Is it bringing some of that purple in with the rosin?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it smells exactly how it smells out of the jar. It's amazing.
Nice. So I guess do you, if you had your choice, would you still press flour or would you press bubble? You think that you would be losing something in the process of making the bubble?
Mm, I think I would press bubble too, but I think you would lose some of it. But I think I would do both. I'd smoke bubble and I'd press it if I had it. I think that's what,
I
and
just,
that's the next thing that I want to move on to is making bubble.
I mean, I appreciate the process of extracting it down and then extracting it down and then extracting it down into something pure. But I think that there's something to be gained or there's something left when you're pressing flour straight, straight pressing flour. I
Y-
think there's just some more full of buzz, more full of terpene profile and a range of molecules there versus working it, working it down.
Yeah, I
Maybe
like them
better
both.
medicine as a flour press.
I feel like yeah, flour is definitely has a little stronger terpenes, but I feel like some of the bubble hash I've seen looks better when it's pressed out.
Are you utilizing any of your chips for edibles?
I am. I made chocolate chip cookies with it the other day that I have had some of the tonight.
I've seen people actually just like eat the chip, from
Oh
being
yeah.
pressed and
You could definitely eat it and you'd be stoned. Like I put some peanut butter on it and I ate. I put a couple in a peanut butter jelly sandwich and ate it, and that was okay. I don't think I'll do it again, but it was okay.
yeah, that'd be a hard one for me. I know I'd probably want to cook it into some butter or something and you know extract some of that fiber back out of there. It wasn't too long ago. I actually got a brownie that had cannabis is still in it. It was like the old school from a sweet old lady that probably was still making them like she did in the 70s. All all the materials still in there. The greatest lady, so very very sweet. She was actually her nickname was Brownie, and she was in a motorcycle club, and that was her patch. Her biker name was Brownie. Super proud of it. She asked me if I wanted some take home with me, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. I get about halfway, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I got brownies. They're supposed to be really good. So I take good square and toss it back, and I'm sitting there chewing on that thing. And no drink in the ride at all. None. And this thing is just like, as I'm chewing it, the fiber, all the cannabis is coming out. And it is like getting wedged in my teeth, and it is sucking every bit of moisture out of my mouth. I could hardly swallow. I was definitely not expecting a full fiber meal and shit from this brownie. But yeah, it was. It definitely took away from the brownie experience and shit. Yeah,
For sure.
I didn't even think people were still doing it. I was not even expecting it at all. It was such. And I had another one too. She gave me two of them. That second one, I had to like, oh, I don't know. I can do that one again. But it did have a good buzz. I'll give it that credit. I don't know if it was the material still being in there, but it did pack a nice wallow.
Probably the material, yeah.
Any kind of maybe tips that you'd give with working in with edibles when if anybody was thinking about making some?
I prefer to use concentrates. It's easier. You know, if you have a press your own flour and use it. That's like the best way to do it. Don't go out and buy store-bought stuff when you can buy a press and press your own, because it's a lifetime thing. You know what I mean? You can press out your own flour, you can press out your own hash, and then you can use that to cook. I mean, it's a really good tool having a press in terms of making edibles and other different types of food.
Do you prefer oils or butters, or how would you suggest? You know, which is the most versatile? Like a coconut oil or a butter?
Oh yeah, I'd say coconut oil, because you know you can use coconut oil in a lot more things. I feel like, and eating vegan, you can use it for vegan food. So
Yeah, I've always wondered that myself because I've always kind of been on the fence on which way I should go.
I like the coconut oil. It and it tastes good to me.
That's I don't actually mind. Maybe I'm one of them weird people but I don't actually mind the taste of cannabis when like something I eat has that slight lingering taste of it. I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of that it's there.
Yeah, chocolate's really good. I enjoy some infused chocolates.
Sorry, my phone just battery's getting low. Hold on.
Chocolates, and I think the best thing I had as of late was I wish I could find. I should Genetic Memory Farms. Hopefully that is still in chat. Uh, just taught me how to make some kombucha. I need to hit him up and ask him what I need to do to get my cannabis infused with my kombucha. Because I've had that a couple of times, and it was both a good buzz, and I love kombucha, so it was like a win-win.
That would be absolutely amazing, for sure.
But it was. So should we maybe wrap it up before the phone dies?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm at like
Yeah, I'd
10%.
much rather say
10%.
my goodbyes than rather than yeah. Shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
It has been an absolute pleasure, though.
You know you can't go without the sound bite for sure.
Oh yeah. I've been waiting
I'm
for
ready.
this one.
I love it when I gotta explain. I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when you are.
What's up, guys? This is Noble Wellness, and I'm fucking talking shit with Eagle Gardens. This is episode 213. Thank you guys for tuning in.
That was a good one too. I didn't even have to tell you, and it was a good one. It makes it too easy. Too easy. And of course, I hope you do know that about the rabbit hole and keeping the Zoom numbers in case you ever want to pop in and hang out. Always the
Absolutely.
same.
I would love
And
to some other time.
Yeah, I hope you do. You know, it's a lot of fun hanging out and with new people all the time. Keeps it fresh. Keeps it
For
fresh.
sure. Yeah.
Well, I do thank you. It's been an honor on my end. You know,
Thank you.
You're, obviously a great person. This has been a great conversation, but I love to get the chance to meet the people that are hanging out and chatting, supporting the show and all that great shit. So thank you for stepping up,
Yeah.
introducing yourself formally to the community and helping buy us all another night to hang out. That's the most important thing. You help to buy us another night of
That's right.
all hanging out. I know I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate it too from everybody that's tuning in and everybody in the chat. And I appreciate you for having me on here, man. It's a blessing and an honor myself.
I feel the very same way. My friend. So, any other? You want to hit? You gotta make sure to tell everybody one last time where they can find you, and any shout outs that you'd like to give.
I just want to
Support your
shout out to
sponsors a little bit, maybe. Shout out to
just want to
Manifesto
shout out
and
to
Chef Anna.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Chef Anna White Label for sponsoring me, and 420 Fastballs also for sponsoring me. Also want to shout out to everybody in the chat, and shout out to you, Eagle, for inviting me on the show, man. It is such a good honor to be on here, to be able to chat up and talk about my life a little bit. I appreciate it.
Oh man, I appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else does too. And I think you'll find that it helps bind us all together. I've noticed too. I've seen us all like click together as a community, but as I see, people come on and tell us a little bit. I can see, the kind of the sub bonds start to click. Hey man, I never knew you was in the fucking MMA and all that good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hopefully that happens. We get to find some new people that are more closer, near, dear to your heart through this whole adventure. So,
thank you.
I greatly appreciate it. And good luck with that restaurant. Hopefully, this isn't the last time I get to say this, but hopefully, it's something that comes super fast, man. You can make the dream happen.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'll keep you updated for sure.
Please do. Please do. Keep us all updated.
Okay, brother.
You have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Allie Noble joining us tonight. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Hopefully you guys are getting ready to join in the rabbit hole, hang out for a little bit longer. Those of you who will not, thank you for hanging out up to this point. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully, the 45 that are still watching will transfer over to the rabbit hole. That's where we have a little bit more fun. Hang out again for a little while. Shit, we got another at least hour and 35 minutes, it looks like, ish, to hang out. So grab something to drink, refresh that coffee, fill that tray, and I'll see you guys in a few with the rabbit hole. Thank you. Oh yeah, do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I can't leave that out. It's very, very true and something that's very important to me. All right, I'll see you guys